Now this is Hollywood Unlocked. What up, everybody? It's Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. I'm Jason Lee.
Yep, it's DJ Damage.
All right, Melissa Ford is still at home dealing with SARS.
Woo!
I'm not going to put that out there.
Don't give her SARS.
She specifically doesn't want people to think that she has coronavirus.
She
I don't
doesn't.
think that she does.
Nah.
That cough is a little dry, though. But we need the curve queen to hurry up and make her way back because, you know, who are we without her?
I think she's sick and exhausted. It's both.
Well, you don't lose work because you're exhausted. You bring your tired ass to work. She's actually not feeling well.
Nah,
So
she's
we
sick.
send our prayers to her, and we hope she makes it back soon.
Yes.
All right, so if you're listening to this on iTunes, make sure that you head over to Spotify, Google Play, iHeart, and also watch us on YouTube. So stream us everywhere and give us a 5-star rating, bitch, because we deserve it.
We need it.
All right, I don't know how many more days we'll be here in this studio because the pandemic is causing the world to go in chaos and toilet paper is nowhere to be found.
No
So
toilet paper, no baby wipes, anything you need, no hand sanitizer, anything to keep you safe from. Look how ashy my hands are.
So I sent somebody to go buy things for the house today, and they brought back napkins. I'm like, we
There
gonna
you
wipe
go.
our ass on some napkins?
Hell yeah.
I mean, you do what you have to do.
Better than a washcloth.
We live in a crazy world right now. Before we get into everything, I want to send a special shout out to my cousin Anthony Dunn. The people that know me know, you know, I don't have a lot of family that I'm close to, but I am close to my cousin Anthony. He's been somebody that I have said is a part of my very, very, very small circle. And yesterday we were both on the phone. He had called me. Mm-hmm. And his son was, in a situation, he, I don't want to get into too much, but couldn't really get to him, and he ended up passing away. And I'll just leave it at that until, my cousin wants to talk more about it. But, crazy times. So I was on FaceTime with my family, but the world is crazy right now. And then within a crazy world, there's even other craziness going on. So I want to send my shout out to him and to his immediate family and to his other children and so forth. Life is crazy right now.
Yeah, man. Life is definitely taking a turn where I didn't foresee 2020 being this way.
I had plans.
Did you?
Big plans. I mean, 2020 was the year of focus, 2020 vision.
Yeah.
Last year was amazing. It ended weird. And it ended weird. And then, here we are in 2020. And we have just so far. And what is today? Today is
16th?
Today's March 18th. Happy birthday to Queen Latifah. It's her birthday also. March 18th, the day we're taping this show, Kobe Bryant has died suddenly. The coronavirus.
Attacked celebrities, people in Italy, China.
I mean, I don't know. This is just a weird year. It's been a weird year so far.
I mean, I do feel like this quarantine gives us a time to reset the year because I feel like if you had some resolutions or whatever you wanted to do in January, now you kind of get another shot at that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are some real things happening to people. I feel I'm going to send my prayers to you and your family for y'all loss. But it's a lot of real stuff happening still. So, everybody stay in the house, be safe, but, it's real things going down.
And thank you to all the people who support Hollywood Unlocked. Now you have a lot more time to binge watch all the shows you probably didn't want to watch. But, you guys still show up. We see the thousands and thousands of views and downloads, and we appreciate you. And we're still figuring things out here. I really have thought a lot about the homeless population, people who are on the streets, people who are struggling, losing their jobs, losing their, they haven't lost houses yet because there's a hold on people getting evicted, but eventually life is going to catch up once this pandemic is done.
Yeah.
And man, shout out to all of you. And, our commitment here, we've been, over the last couple months, been talking about, ways of creating things to help people because I feel like, Hollywood Unlocked makes a lot of money from sponsors and advertisers and stuff like that. But we also want to have a balance where we're giving back to people. And so we've been trying to find ways to do that. And this time has allowed us time to really focus. Because when I get in a crunch, whether it's with a person or a situation or a relationship or even my business, our Instagram going down last year, I literally just put my earbuds in at home, my earpods, and I walk around and I really think of ways of fighting through it. So this has been time where I've been able to sit still and be like, every single big thing that I was going to announce this year is now delayed. But guess what? It's going to come.
It gives you more time to plan, too.
It gives more time to plan. But I said to my cousin this morning, because I've been calling them every hour on the hour. I've been, we had our cousin go down to the hospital to look at the body and make sure everything was okay. And, and we were discovering things. But, I had to call him and say, like, we come from a family where we have all been through some shit. I lost a brother to gun violence. He lost a brother to gun violence. I think it's is probably unimaginable when it's your child. So, but I said to him, like, yo, I'm here for you. You know, you got family that's gonna be here for you. We're gonna fight through this because we're strong. We have a strong bloodline, and we've been through things. But I was just thinking about the process. I feel like right now people are not really knowing what to do with all this idle time. You can miss a club. You can miss a party.
Man.
You can miss a vacation.
Let me tell you.
You can miss a lot of shit right now. But like, as long as you have food, you got your health, you got your sanity, you got loved ones that you can either be around or call, you're good.
But you got an opportunity to be the better you right now. Like how often can time, work, everything stop and you can really focus on you? So, you know, take some time, you know, have some fun on social media, but get off social media, get off YouTube, pick up a book that's empty, like a diary. Really figure out who you are, because I feel like sometimes we're so caught up in this world of social media, going to work, you have a routine of picking up your kids, you lose sight of who you are. And I feel like we have an opportunity for the next few weeks to really dial back in on who we are and, you know, understand the things we want in life, because you need that stillness sometimes.
I think people look at life like, okay, what I ain't got. I'm fortunate to look at, we had the show where we talked about after Kobe died, where sometimes we look at all our lives and we feel like we're in hell, but Kobe had so much more than us and his life is gone, right? And so, you know, maybe you have a job that you depend on so much that you can never find a free day. So now that you have free days, focus on the things you always wanted time to focus on.
And that's the funny part, though. That's what people don't do, though.
Yeah. But if you know how easy it is to start a online store. Maybe you're a funny person with a bunch of jokes and you just got these one-liners that would be dope on some clothes. So put them on the clothes, create a Shopify account, build you a cheap-ass website, learn how to build a website.
Learn something.
Right.
Look, YouTube is your friend. And wake up early. Just because you got this time off, don't be sleeping until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Wake up early and really utilize that day.
Or if you're somebody like me that never gets to sleep the fuck in. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's a lot of people that need to wake their ass up early and start a new routine with their life, for real.
If you are waking up every day and just smoking blunts and sitting in front of TV,
it's happening.
You're going to suffer.
And eating a lot of snacks.
Yeah, this is the time where you should definitely be focusing on creativity. You know, find some podcasts other than ours that you like. Bring your ass back here, but go find other podcasts that you like. You know, for me, I'm watching, you know, some of the things that I'm doing. I'm watching other interviewers. I'm thinking of, you know, shows that I want to do by myself. Problematic, we're doing more episodes of that. You know, just figuring out more creativity. You know, you launched a platform recently, which, by the way, I'm really proud of.
I appreciate you.
I feel like we're all doing our own thing outside of Hollywood Unlocked, but I really like the fact that you know, that whole saying of, you know, games not to be told is to be sold. And now you're selling it and you have it, you know, and you're giving it to people. But talk a little bit about what you're building and how people can access it.
I mean, honestly, Jason, like, I look at my career in this game. I've been doing this, believe it or not, over 11, 12 years. This is all I ever did. You know, I started DJing when I was 12, and I looked at how I got into becoming a host. I was a DJ, so I didn't have to talk. My goal was to never do this. But I was forced into doing it when I started radio. And I kind of just watched my journey and talking to a few of my friends that's in the game. Like when I did Revolt, I worked with Sibley, who now works at Access and everything, and asking how she got into it. There's no guideline of how to get to do what we do, to do podcasting, to do television, to do radio. And I thought, like, why not, while I'm in the game, still learning and still young, give a platform for people to, you know, learn how to live their dreams, basically. So if you're really serious about becoming a radio personality, you want to be on TV, you want to start your own podcast, I got something for you, man. LegendaryMediaGroup.com. I share my experiences. Jason did an interview with me, you know, so he could share his experience. And I feel like that's the best way to learn in the entertainment game. Finding a mentor, finding somebody that did it before you so you don't make the same mistakes, because you're able to grow into the industry in the game quicker, you know.
But what I love about it, I mean, again, I'm an entrepreneur, so when I look at things that people do, or when I look at like Melissa's podcast, I'm here for the food. When I look at your program that you're selling now, that's out there for people to help people. When I look at it, I also am very critical of how people do shit, because anybody can start a podcast, you know?
Yeah.
Like I look at some YouTubers, you know, in their basements. I ain't mad at you. That's what you got. You got a basement, so that's where you do it. But how you build your set in your basement is different from how somebody else may build their set in their basement. And I look at your website. You did a great job. I thought the layout is amazing. And I called a meeting with my team, and I'm like, how the fuck did Damage do this before us? Not in a hating way, but in a not in a hating way, but like in a celebrating way, because we've been talking about doing something like this for a long time. But the fact that you did it, you executed, and it looks so great. And
that's the
I
thing
see you
right
marketing
there.
And the social marketing of it. I mean, it looks great.
But Jason, that's the thing right there, to have an idea, people, and to follow through with it. This is an idea I had in October, and it's just coming to fruition now. But that's a long time in some people's head. And you look back at it, it's like only a few months. But when you're in it, it feels like forever. But for all those people that have this downtime, y'all want to do something, like make a plan, have steps, and follow through with it. And that's something I really learned from you, where you always talk about when you're upset, what's the plan? But what's the plan? There needs to be a plan. And I'm just thinking, like, there always does need to be a plan. Like, have a plan for yourself. If you don't have a plan, then you're lost.
And listen, I tell my team all the time, don't you come to this meeting without an idea of what the fuck we gonna do. Because I don't know half the time. and even where there's Adam who does all the filming, he's a part of that core team that gives his input, because everybody's input matters. You know, just because a person films and edits and directs everything, although they may have nothing to do with sales, they may have a great idea about ways we can create content around it. The person who manages the content, you may think that they shouldn't have any input in your merch, but hey, they know the pulse of what everybody's saying online. So they're going to tell you this is what people are looking for. So I really feel like right now is the time where creativity is important. I ain't going to lie. When you launched your courses, I looked at my team. We got on a call. I said, I want our shit created in a week. But of course, it's going to take 5 or 6 months. We got to take time.
It takes time.
So, everybody should go and check it out.
But I love that, because the first thing I talk about in my course is mindset. You see how you see now, you like, I want to execute, I want to attack now, because you're relentless. It's some stuff you can't teach, right?
But you
can explain.
I mean, when you tap into the vein of what you really want to do, then you'll find that drug to go. And
you need to find that within yourself. So that's why I say the first thing I teach in my course, before we even talk about how to set up a podcast or interviews or whatever, is the mindset that you have to have. Like you saying, when I seen that, I told my team, that aggression, that hustle, and that can never stop. No matter how far you get, you have to be that passionate and hungry about what you do, or you're going to fail.
Absolutely. I'll say the one thing for sure that has made me successful, and I ain't even just saying Hollywood Unlocked, and after I close the lights, when I turn the lights off at Hollywood Unlocked, which one day that will happen, when I sell this bitch, I'm gonna go find something else to do. I'm gonna go find something else to do. I will say, when I left my career in the union and came and was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, I got into real estate, high-end real estate. I got over that shit real quick, because I just, you in a house by yourself, you looking at the wood, the counter can't talk to you. I was like, fuck, they ain't doing this. But find your passion. But right now it's time for people who are sitting at home and listen. When you get done with this podcast, get the fuck off, get a notepad and paper, sit extremely still, get quiet.
Yes.
I like to, my process of being creative is, I like it to be extremely quiet. I don't want nobody else around me in my house. I just walk around and think really deep about, okay, don't think about the thing that's going to give you all the money. Think about the thing that's going to bring you the most joy and that you're the most passionate about. That is also what you feel like is missing. Or if it's not missing, find out how you can do it different than what other people are doing, and just fucking go. Let your passion drive it. And eventually, whether it's a year or 2 years or 3 years or 30 days, it's going to pop and you're going to have everything you want.
But that's the issue right there. People don't have that patience no more for themselves. We lost patience for ourselves. And I feel like you said, it might take a year, it might take 2 years, it might take 3 years. It may take 10 years, but if it's what you love to do, if you could do it and you lose track of time, that's your passion. This is some things I do, and I look up and I'm like, damn, 4 hours passed? Because I'm passionate about it. I'm so locked in, I'm in the zone. And some people don't know what that is. So take some time, sit your ass quiet at home, and figure out what you want to do with your life.
Facts. I also want to give a shout out to my close friend, Floyd Mayweather. Everybody knows, if you watch this show, I've said his name at least one time every episode. He's an important person to me, good friend of mine, big supporter of Hollywood Unlocked. And I did an interview recently with Melissa Ford's co-host on her podcast, Blue. On her show, Humanize. Did an interview there. You can go check it on YouTube. It's really phenomenal. She did a great job. But she had interviewed me about my book, and I was explaining to her my relationship with Floyd. But, recently the mother of his 3 children, Josie Harris, was found dead in the driveway at her house. And then just recently, his uncle and trainer, a person who's a boxing legend and also has been a big part of Floyd's training camps for every training camp of his career, also passed away. And, I've been spending a lot of time, there was a saying people would put online, check on the people. Sometimes you need to check on the people who are the most strong,
Yeah,
because
strong
they're the
friend.
ones that need you to check on them.
Mm-hmm.
Floyd has been somebody who's been there for everybody. And so, and when I say everybody, anytime you need anything, he's got you. And so I've been spending time calling him, checking on him, but I had never seen Floyd cry. I'd never seen Floyd cry like that. When his friend Hayes had killed himself on FaceTime with Floyd, and Floyd's talked about it here on the show, I saw him crying then, but really emotional, and really it was a lot. Person that you revere close to you, that's a part of your camp, that you have a relationship with, calls you, and kills himself, kills his wife, and kills himself on FaceTime with you. Yeah, that's traumatic. And so, but Floyd doesn't deal with death well. He doesn't deal with death well. He'll pay for your funerals. He'll pay for, services, and he'll take care of all that, and he'll send his condolences. But he doesn't deal with death well. And so he was out of the country when the mother of his kids died. And so I didn't really know how he was taking him. And by the time I got the news, he was already in flight back, and then his uncle. So I've been able to spend some time with him and put my eyes on him. And, I caught him the other day, and when he answered the phone, he was just sitting in his car crying. It was really, it was really humbling to see that side of him, because when you think of Floyd, billionaire, rich, successful, can do anything you want, get anything you want, it makes mortality real.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really show his vulnerable side, but to be able to let people see that for him privately, and for him to be able to, just really, I don't know, allow people to be a part of his grieving process. He's going through it. It's a hard time for him right now. It's a hard time for the whole camp. Everybody around him cares about him. And he's doing the best that he can to, be there for his children.
It sounds like he's open to the support, because, I know for me, I've lost people, and I kind of shut down, and I don't want to be on FaceTime. I want to call people. So the fact that you're able to get through to them, at least show that support, because at the end of the day, that's all we can do as friends. Yeah. When you have another friend that lost someone that's close to them, all you can do is offer your support. And it's good that he's receptive to it, and, he's being vulnerable, because that means he's going through the grieving process the right way. Mm-hmm. They say there's no right way to grieve, but to really accept what's going on and go through the motions of it, that's how you're going to get through it.
Yeah, and I think, I always joke and say, I'm the court jester, right? Mm-hmm. Jester. Floyd's the king of the money team, and I'm the court jester. Anytime I'm around, I'm going to make everybody laugh. I'm going to talk shit. I'm going to, crack jokes, or I'm going to I like to make people laugh. So we were able to go there. We were able to make him laugh a little bit. He wasn't really able to eat. He wasn't really, and I'm sharing this information because nobody gets to peek into the money team.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just want, I want people to have a little bit more compassion. I was sitting at the table with him when he was posting all of the photos of him and his baby's mother. So he posted probably 9 to 12 photos with him and his kids. He had 3 kids with her. And the autopsy hasn't come back yet, but you think about this. Her kids found her.
Yeah.
At the house that they're still living in.
That's tough.
And Floyd was out of the country and had to get back to his kids and couldn't be there. And people online, social media, everybody's talking because he had a strained relationship with Josie. Mm-hmm. But like I've said on my Instagram, and like I've said to Floyd, regardless of whatever the public says, privately, you two did a hell of a job co-parenting 3 amazing kids. His daughter Jaira, and shout out to Karan and to Zion. They're 3 smart, really talented kids who have their own identities in the midst of whatever the perception people have of their parents. But he's grieving, and I think people don't tend to give celebrities or public figures the room to do that, because you judge them, them, you think their relationships, their lives, how they're responding, and people felt like he should have responded publicly. Floyd does not do that. He will never do it. He just doesn't do it. And I'm glad that he didn't do it until he wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Because that was their relationship. So that's what's going on over at the money team. Shout out to Floyd and the whole team and everybody that has their that are around him, and keeping the parents, keeping the family lifted in prayer. Because again, the other thing I would say to people too, I've never once gone on social media. Let me think. Hold on. Hold on. Because I have a very busy social media.
Wait. What are you
Well, I was going to say I never wished anybody well. I mean, I wished anybody bad things. I'm trying to think of everything I've said about Nicki Minaj. Now, that's the only person I can think of. I don't think I've ever wished her bad. I think I've said bad things about her.
Okay.
But what I was trying to say, I don't even know if I could finish this part of what I was going to say because I don't want to lie, right? I don't think I've never woken up with the intention to go and say something negative about somebody.
Okay.
And typically, I do respond when somebody comes to me. I respond with something, or I'll say something, or if a fan says something crazy, I'll say something crazy. But I've never gone to anybody's page. Mm-hmm. Like I've never gone to even to Nikki's page. I've never gone to her page and gone under a post and said, whatever I thought about her negatively. I don't know how people go to other people's pages and say negative things, especially during the time where somebody's actually grieving.
I just don't feel like they think it's real.
Yeah.
They look at celebrities and entertainment and TV like it's this whole nother reality, and they go on their little phones, and this person will never find me, never see me, and I could just say something real quick, and it's entertainment for them. So and it's not real life for them.
And there's going to be people that are mad, stop saying his name, this and that. If Floyd, and I would say hands down, and Melissa will say it too, if Floyd Mayweather didn't support this show wouldn't be here. Because it was at a time where we grew the show with no sponsors. There was no reason to sponsor the show other than he believed in it. And he believed that it was a platform that people can hear conversations they can't hear anywhere else. And our fans, thankfully, have grown with us and have ridden this ride. This has been a bumpy ride. We've had a lot of changes. We've gone through a lot. And I think we all do, like Floyd has. But the fact that, people have ridden with us and he's been here and he's been so supportive, I mean, I'm going to always ride for him. And I really only talk to 5 people. I talk to you, Melissa, and the other 3 that people hate me saying. I ain't gonna say their names, but you know who they are. But shout out to Floyd, and we pray that everything gets better over there.
No, for real.
What's not getting better is Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, so Harvey, there's an unsealed email that reveals Harvey Weinstein wanted the actress Jennifer Aniston killed.
Could you imagine?
No. First of all, this is wild.
First of all, Friends will Living Single white. The mayonnaise version of Living Single would have never been the same. Think about the things that would have happened if Jennifer Aniston would have been killed early. The mayonnaise version of Friends would not be what we know.
People love that mayonnaise too.
Angelina Jolie would have never been able to be a homewrecker. We would have never seen the real workings of Botox.
There's layers to this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so the newly unsealed court documents reveal an email from 2017 in which Harvey Weinstein lashed out at Jennifer Aniston and reportedly wanted to kill her. The emails from October 31st, 2017, it read, Jennifer Aniston should be killed, which Harvey Weinstein...
That's not funny. Wait, that's not funny.
You started laughing.
I know, I'm sorry.
Which Harvey Weinstein...
It's just are we nearing the end of days?
I mean, first of all, he's putting hits on actresses, and the power he thought he had to even write that in the email, that just shows you his mind frame, how much power he knew he had, because he had a lot of power in this industry, and that he was moving around where he's just, Jennifer Aniston should be killed.
See, and the fact that you said Harvey Weinstein was putting a hit on an actress was a joke in itself, but I can't joke about it because then I'm making fun of me too, and I'm not. So, yeah. Plus, somebody said he has a pussy, so if he has no dick,
that's just frightening.
I don't know. I couldn't even imagine a man pulling his pants down and having a pussy. Actually, it happened to me. I forgot. I told that story.
Wait.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't want to go there. It's traumatizing. So what happens now? So does Jennifer Aniston, what does she do? Because he's going to go to prison. He's in prison now. He got 23 years. He's probably going to die. So does it even matter?
It don't matter, but it just shows you what kind of dude this guy was. Like, not only is he Me Tooing women, like he's putting hits out on women. Like,
well, he didn't necessarily put a hit out. He just said she should die. Maybe he just thought maybe
it was a suggestion.
And she catch coronavirus.
That's how you put a hit out when you got money. You suggest, maybe they should die.
Wow, when I get
what
money,
if something happens to that person?
Yeah, damn.
That's how you put a hit out.
Well, Jenny, good luck, girl. I don't know what's going on.
You be all right.
All right. Speaking coronavirus, everybody in the world is so crazy about coronavirus, with the exception of the person who created the coronavirus theme song that's now number 2 on the iTunes chart.
Cardi, that's who did it, right?
No, she didn't do it. A guy took her live and created a song.
That shit is fire.
You see how I don't even want to say her name during the show, but it just happens because
why they mad at you? You bring her up?
I can't bring her name up. The other name of who we just talked about,
Tiffany.
I didn't say it. That's what I'm saying. But these are literally
Tiffany?
These are the only people, bro. They gonna unsubscribe. They're done. Like, I'm waiting for somebody out there that has time during coronavirus. Please just go make a video of all the times I've said those names. Those are the only people I talk to. If I didn't talk about who I'm talking to on the show, I would not be talking about anything. It's Ariella, Alyssa, Adam. Okay, I'm gonna talk about all the people I know. That's what I'm gonna do. Next show, I'm gonna talk about all the shit that my staff are doing.
Mm-hmm. No, that'd be good. Like a little behind the scenes.
That's a whole other show. I ain't got time for
Coronavirus is getting real. We already know Idris Elba has it. Now,
well, Tom Hanks, the most beloved
Tom
actor in
Hanks.
the world, him and his wife.
The dude Rudy, good old Rudy.
Who's Rudy?
The basketball player. He's the first basketball
That's
player.
not good old Rudy. That's the dumb nigga who touched all the microphones. He's the reason, if you watch NBA, he's the reason why the whole NBA is on quarantine. Let me drop another name, Serge Ibaka, who I've been talking to every day. Serge Ibaka, you know, the sexiest man alive, in my opinion, who sat right here in this chair. He actually is at home on a 14-day quarantine, as all the other Raptors, because they were playing the Utah Jazz, and
Rudy.
He was guarding Rudy the whole 36 minutes. So he's like, "Hey, bro." Wait, hold on. Serge calls me and said, hey, bro. This is crazy. I said, well, what happened? He said, I was guarding him for 30
He almost
36
got that
minutes.
Rudy.
And he says, and now I'm quarantined. I'm bored. I have nothing to do. I go, what are you going to do? So Serge has created a new show on YouTube called How Bored Are You?
Really?
I think it's the funniest thing because he has the How Hungry Are You?
So is he like calling people, or is it just him?
Well,
It's just Serge in the quarantine.
Well, yesterday was him washing dishes. He's literally
7-1
He's literally filming
washing dishes.
Boring things to do. But I called him last night. I said, bro, you need to expand your idea. You need to now interview other NBA athletes to see how bored they are at home.
They probably all playing 2K. Trying to keep their mind in the game.
Yeah, but wouldn't we want him and Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant has coronavirus. We can't call you.
Kevin got the Rudy.
Don't call it the Rudy. We're not giving this a nickname.
He got the Rudy.
Fuck.
Yeah, Kevin Durant said he got it. No symptoms, just like Idris. They both have no symptoms. And
Melissa's gonna have to get a test before she comes back to work.
You think Melissa might?
No, I don't think she has it, but I mean, we should be sure, right?
But they said the coronavirus is not even that serious. The problem is,
368 people died in one day.
Well, that's pretty serious.
In a country that's all shut down.
That's pretty serious.
And they're not even going to get the dead bodies. They're just like, yo, we're going to get to that later. If you're 80 and over, you're sorry. Go ahead and die. You've had a long life. Like what video game are we living in right now?
Speaking of video game, right? Because Philadelphia,
I'm not playing no games.
No, Philly's going through some of its own GTA kind of video game. Did you see the law they passed with the police and everything?
No.
So basically, if you do a non-violent crime, you will not be locked up. They'll just issue you a warrant and probably lock you up later because of this corona thing. So now,
shouldn't that be what the world is about anyway? That's what's wrong with prisons. They're locking up people for non-violent crimes.
But the problem is, I think it's a good deed, but I feel like people are taking it as now let's go outside and do whatever the fuck we want. So people are calling it like, oh, this is the purge. This is this. This is that. They're taking it as a free lane, like, because if you looked at the list of what they consider nonviolent crimes, it's like Grand Theft Auto.
Okay, so you borrow a car. You got to get places. Okay, you borrow a car.
You know, selling drugs, stuff like that.
Listen,
let me find the list of what these things are.
I don't know. I mean, what kind of drug? Is it marijuana? If it's marijuana, I have a friend right now in Kansas City prison who I'm fighting to get out, who's locked in prison for 8 years for selling a pound of marijuana for his first time.
That's
come on now. So what? You steal a candy bar or a car. Okay.
So here we go. We got theft from persons.
I mean, are you stealing with a gun or are you just taking out their bag?
Burglary.
Was the person home or not?
Vandalism.
I mean, is it an old house, a new house? What's the value of the property?
Economic crimes, kind of like fraud.
Scammers, hey. I mean, like, okay.
Prostitution's on the list.
Well, are you giving them shoes or are you giving them money? Because sometimes you should give them property with a receipt. And then if they return the receipt, it's technically not prostitution.
Yeah, but basically, and I don't know if this is going to happen everywhere else, but it says officers are instructed not to stop making arrests for the following list of crimes that we just said. So no one would get arrested.
So, I mean, do we need to do us? Here's why I would say, I know you guys think I'm crazy. I'm not going to change that in one show, right? Here's where I think we have to be a little bit more open-minded. We believe that the crimes we've been told are bad are really bad. If you want to sell your body, it's your body. I want to sell my dick today. I'm going to sell my dick. OnlyFans. What the fuck is OnlyFans? OnlyFans should sponsor prostitution. Listen, I'm not.
It's
saying,
only a crime because you can't tax it. They haven't taxed it yet.
I'm not saying you should prostitute, but let me tell you something.
If you wanted to.
A friend of mine the other day told me to go look his OnlyFans account. I said, I can't put my credit card on that. That's just not a good look. I may run for Congress one day, right? So he gave me a free password. So I got free passwords. So now I was able to peruse his OnlyFans account. From a creative standpoint, I was giving him feedback on his content. That's how I look at it, right? But some would say Jason Lee, all he does is look at OnlyFans account. Whereas others would say Jason is the king of content creation. Shout out to Adam. And as an expert, he's saying maybe this is not the right angle for the camera. Maybe you shouldn't have the banana there. Maybe you should use this product. The lighting ain't right.
Why is there a banana in this scene?
I don't know. His niggas in the jungle fund. But now I'm saying that if you want to sell your body, why now do I as a taxpayer have to pay to house and feed you for years because you sell your body? And why is Heidi Fleiss a bad person? Because she figured out how to operationalize helping you sell your body.
I ain't mad at it.
I'm not mad either.
I'm not subscribed to any OnlyFans pages yet, but if there's some that y'all suggest, please leave them in the comments. I'll definitely be doing another marketing research deep dive, giving my expertise on some of these accounts. So
yeah, one of my friends, he laying on the bed with his legs up in the air. I screenshot a whole bunch of his content because if he ever because he be acting out sometimes, I'm like, all right, now, you got this out here. Yeah, but like, where you gonna go after that? You can't go work at a Methodist church because the minute you go in there and maybe the somebody backslid for a week and slid in your account, now you out there. Now all the workers in the lunchroom is praying with rosaries and looking at your asshole on OnlyFans. You done fucked up.
So if I follow a girl on OnlyFans, it's only just pictures. Is it video content as well?
No, they could be in there fucking. And I saw somebody post a post on Instagram. Ooh. They made $140,000 in 1 year from OnlyFans.
God damn.
Then got hit with a 1099 because you got to pay taxes.
You got to pay your taxes if you selling that ass still.
Which isn't that porn? I mean, porn isn't that prostitution?
No, I don't think porn is prostitution.
If you selling your body online, it's prostitution. We're behind, people. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like
okay, so it hasn't caught up with the times. I see
right.
What's going on.
Marijuana. Why is that a drug? Smoke your marijuana. You should smoke your brains out. I know niggas who I've seen come to my house and just smoke 10 joints in like 2 days.
And didn't die.
And didn't want to kill nobody either. Shit.
Shouldn't drive though. Don't drive impaired. Okay.
But you shouldn't drive if you're over 70 years old either.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers driving 5 miles an hour to 55 miles on. Sit your old ass down. Get the fuck pull over. You're getting corona anyway.
Did you see
I don't mean you should get it. I'm just saying the people in Italy will let you die. I'm trying to tell you how to live. Take the BART. Take the metro. Take a taxi. I ain't gonna disrespect our old people like that. I love y'all.
Now some of them got that whip game, and then a few of them don't in Beverly Hills. I've seen y'all. So you heard what happened with Hitmaker?
Yeah, I talked to Hitmaker.
So you want to give the rundown what's going on?
First of all, if your name is Hitmaker, you shouldn't be involved with hitting people because this is like bad marketing, right? You know, Hitmaker, he made a hit. Yeah, he hit a bitch last night. It's just, go ahead, tell people what happened, and I'll tell you what's going on.
Okay, so Hitmaker is accused of brutally pistol whipping his alleged girlfriend. What happened was, I guess him and the young lady was, having some private time in his place. They got physical, and then things got physical between him and the young lady in a violent way. And then reportedly, right after that, there were on his surveillance, he's seen 3 people trying to break into his house, probably a home invasion. You never know these days, which is very typical out here.
Especially what happened with Pop Smoke.
But yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying the reason of all this happening was he believed the woman was setting him up to be robbed. Mm-hmm. And that's really the long story short. I know his lawyer put out a statement. It said, on Saturday morning, March 14th, 2020, Christian Hitmaker Ward was the victim of a planned and coordinated home invasion, robbery, and assault. The woman, his friend, her name, I'm going to leave out of here, came towards home, engaged in some physical intimacy. Then she made calculated, unprovoked attack on Mr. Ward, slapping him and punching him repeatedly. Mr. Ward defended himself against the attack. During their altercation, the security alarm from the back door went off. ADT and Reem confirmed and captured 2 armed assailants jumping the fence into Ward's backyard, while the third man acted as a lookout. The third man acted as a lookout. The robbers were unable to get into the house from the back door because it was secured with a lock. But that's the rundown.
Well, listen, I talked to Hitmaker yesterday. First, the girl who was the victim, the actual girl, sent me on my personal page several videos and screenshots of photos. And, without being able to confirm it, I can't just put out a story that you're giving to me.
Yeah.
If you post it on your Instagram, then I can report that it's news, that you actually, something's happening, right? And I didn't hit Hitmaker. I didn't text him to ask him what was going on because I didn't know what the hell was happening. And I don't want to get caught up in people's relationships. I mean, I report the news or whatever. We report what's happening. But it was interesting. She was really trying to push the story. And so I didn't respond to it. The next thing I saw that The Blast, shout out to Mike and them at The Blast, put it out. And then I did talk to Hitmaker. He called me yesterday, and he said he's going to come here and talk to us, and I'm going to try to confirm after today's show when he's going to do it. But he basically said everything that's in there. That's why I didn't know if maybe I had said something to my team, and we put the notes in there or whatever. But, he did describe a very different situation. I don't know if it's damage control. I don't know if it's,
hello.
I didn't know if it was damage control or if I didn't know if it was real or whatever. I mean, it'll all come out eventually. But, hopefully you and the girl, both of you, are invited to come here and tell your story. And whoever gets here first, people will probably believe. But it's an unfortunate thing, man, because, on one hand, I understand what he's saying. If it happened that way, that Pop Smoke, that shit was really real. And people will come and kill you.
And not just Pop Smoke,
but on the other hand, niggas be hitting females. Men hit females, so I don't know. But
this home invasion thing is a real life thing. It ain't nothing new. It's not something that just started yesterday. I mean, unfortunately, we lost Pop Smoke from it, but you can go to Rich the Kid. It's so many people that have dealt with it, especially.
Rich the Kid was in a secure building, too.
Yeah, and this happens all the time. Sometimes you get it on social media. A lot of times it's behind the scenes that you hear about it. Me and you hear about stuff all the time, man. Home invasions are real. Man, put that lock on your back door like Hitmaker did, if this is all true.
Well, that's why you can't pull up at the Kardashians' house, because they got the alarms, but they got people with guns 24/7 sitting outside ready to shoot you. Go to any of them houses. I don't know about Caitlyn, but I don't think people are trying to go see Caitlyn.
You don't think so?
Who trying to go see Caitlyn? No. Somebody check on Caitlyn during these times of coronavirus. But, it's an unfortunate thing. But now you see why I moved out the house?
Yeah.
This is why.
No, I feel you now.
This
is
for real.
Why. And after all this, I was thinking about that.
And think about the house.
Yeah.
How many points of entry were at that house that
were scary out here, man.
You have a beautiful house sitting on the hills, all your neighbors, eating Grey Poupon and shit. You can hear birds chirping, but then at night, motherfuckers is coming up your back porch.
For real.
Didn't want it. Gave it away. So shout out to Hitmaker and this poor woman who definitely has she's beat up.
Yeah,
we haven't seen no pictures of him yet.
No.
This is where you should, if you get hit first or you get attacked, it's almost like when Chris Brown, when the unfortunate situation went down with him and Rihanna. Did we ever see pictures of Chris Brown at the time?
I don't think so.
All you saw was Rihanna. So what happens? People listen to that. They gravitate to it because we could see it. So Hitmaker, you got to come to an interview or do something. I know there's legal stuff involved now, and move out your house.
You think so?
If people were coming to get you, I would not be spending another night there because they know where you at.
It's scary, man.
And another thing, stop flashing your jewelry and all your money. I'm going to always look bummy. I'm going to always look broke. You ain't never going to know what I got until I'm ready for the world. But then I'm going to have so much security around me that, I always tell my security when I'm somewhere too. If somebody run up, kill them. Don't beat them up. Don't fucking talk to them.
Crazy.
If they trying to get me, kill them right there. We will deal with it all legally later.
I think it's scary how easy it is to find out where somebody lives. Like when I'm driving through the hills trying to go visit somebody and I see those little TMZ buses or whatever and they just go into people's houses and pointing, I'm like, this is some dangerous shit. How do you just...
9 times out of 10, those aren't even the houses.
That's what it is?
Think about it. You come from out of town, you get into the little TMZ bus, and now they're telling you where Halle Berry lives. That don't necessarily be Halle Berry house, because you know how I know? Because I was in Florida on a fucking a super, not a super jet, but speedboats. Mm-hmm. They were doing speedboat in the little area in Miami, and they pull up to a house and they go, right here on the right, right here on the left. This is Floyd Mayweather's house. I'm like, no, that's not. Floyd Mayweather lives over there.
But that's even scary if you live there and somebody's trying to break in thinking Halle Berry's in there.
They pull up to one house. This massive house belongs to the man who created Viagra. I'm like, well, damn. Like, did we need to know that? There ain't no old motherfuckers on here to go get that shit. But
that shit's scary.
But this is where I get, again, people, you just never know.
And then they'd have been on there on the bus, on the tour. This is where Jason Lee lives.
And I remember sitting at home one night where somebody, I ain't gonna say no name because I can't tell you my sources, but somebody texted me that they had just shot up Drake's house. Remember, I don't know if
Yeah.
there was the whole fighting going on where they were shooting up the OVO store and all this stuff was happening, and they were like, "Yo, but Drake's house just got shot into with a long rifle or something." And then Kim Kardashian and them live across the street, so I'm hitting her and them like, "Yo, like be careful because it's a sniper, but you're never safe." And then another thing, no matter where you live, Rich the Kid was in a secure building. If they want to get you, they gonna come get you.
That's the fucked up part. Look, be careful out here, especially when you come out here to LA. Be careful.
I'm about to move to Switzerland. Hollywood Unlocked just gonna be live. I'm gonna just create a live everything.
No. And for those people that do those home invasions and everything, y'all be careful too, because some people ready for that. Some people ready for that action. So you go into the wrong house, that'd be the last house you went into.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm a deep sleeper. But I'm gonna do some home alone shit. I'm gonna put bells at the door. I'm gonna put jacks on the floor. I'm gonna put honey on the stairs. I'm gonna do all types of shit. And if I hear you come up them stairs, I'm gonna be sitting right there waiting. Because a scared person gonna shoot you first.
Exactly.
All right, well, Idris Elba caught coronavirus, and now black people are just crazy.
Yeah, he did a PSA to all black people saying, guys, you can get it. It's like, okay, thank you.
Why you sound like the Wakanda voice, though? Like, nigga, they giving coronavirus in Wakanda, too?
I heard that, I don't know, man. It's a worldwide thing. I went on live the other day, and with somebody from, was it Thailand? Somewhere over there in Asia, they say they're loving the quarantine. They said they've been locked down for 11 days. It's 3 weeks long, kind of like what's going on in San Francisco right now. What's going on in San Francisco, they have a 24-hour lockdown for 3 weeks. And they called me up. I didn't even know I had people from Asia, that follow me, and they say they're loving it. They're being one with themselves, and it's been fun.
Are you by yourself in the quarantine, or are you at your son?
Well, we're not quarantined really yet.
I mean, I'm quarantined.
I'm back and forth.
Oh, really?
Because I do a lot of my work at home, like on my mic, my podcast, and then I go over there check on my mom, his mom, my son's mom, and my son. So kind of.
Why don't you set them up on Zoom? Just check on everybody via the internet.
I gotta go over there. And
put
you don't.
Going
to put my hands on my son.
You go to get in your car, that coronavirus be sitting right there by your car. But if somebody walked by your car and coughed for 4 hours, coronavirus is sitting at your car like this. Nigga, pull up. And as soon as you open the door, bam, you got it. Now
you think the wind takes it?
No. Okay, so Nicki Minaj's husband still gets to play around on the internet, apparently.
Yeah, so court grants Kenneth Petty permission to be around electronics and internet. Court documents show that Petty asked the prosecutors to modify the conditions of him being out on bond, which includes his access to the internet at home or work. In the United States Attorney's Office agreed to his pleas.
Listen, okay. I've been leaving my opinion out of all of this for the most part.
Have you?
Yeah, for the most part, I ain't went in the way that I want to go in. But because people don't know how to listen to me objectively, they think I don't like her. Let me first start on one side where I feel sorry for Nicki because, and not that she cares because she don't need nobody to feel sorry for her, but like she deserves happiness. She deserves a good man. She deserves a child. She deserves a husband. She deserves to have complete happiness in her life because she's earned it. She's worked hard. She's become one of the most successful female hip hop stars, icons almost in the world. And in many respects, all her fans want her to be happy, right? And maybe she found happiness with this man. But sometimes you find happiness in the wrong person and you got to go through the wrong situations or whatever situation to get out of it. And God will send you signs. The fact that your man has to get permission to be on Instagram, your man has to get permission to be around. Did it say he can be around kids or no?
No, well, what it is saying is reported, initially he was arrested for failing to register as a sex offender in California, stemming from the rape case in New York in 1995 when he was 16. But
he's on house arrest now, right?
He is on house arrest.
And he has a curfew at 8 o'clock. Listen, let me just say this. People want me to be, I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to go in on Nicki. I want you to be happy, Nicki. I want you to have everything you want. And if this makes you happy right now, good luck with that. But look at the signs, right? Take a step out of hearing me and saying, fuck this nigga, he ain't shit. Because I know that's what you're saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You deserve happiness. I want you to be happy. But even if this man is making you happy, it's not a good look for your brand. It's not a good look for your legacy. It's not a good look for your ability to move around the world freely. And no matter what he give you, whether it's dick or protection in the streets, is it really worth it? I don't think so. I don't know. God took her brother out of life. All right, nigga, you fucked a little 12-year-old. You going to prison. You're done. But you have the control over this one.
Yeah.
And I think it sends a bad message to young girls that you're with a pedophile.
Yeah, so after paying bond, he was ordered to wear an ankle monitor, like you just said, surrender his passport, and abstain from drugs, alcohol, and weapons. According to the records, he is now registered as a sex offender here in California.
Now, I'll say to Kenneth Petty, I've never met you. I know that a lot of people respect you in the streets, and I think you've earned that, which is respectable. My brother who died is also another person respected in the streets, and you make Nikki happy. And I think every man should want to be able to be a good man, whatever that is, to his woman or his man. And congratulations. But, if you're going to be there, at least be responsible and follow the law.
Yeah.
Register to be a sex offender. Even though, I think that, they've tried to make sense out of his rape allegation or rape charge and say, it wasn't like he was fucking a little boy in the bathroom. But where are their levels to being a pedophile? It's just you either are or you not.
Now is he was being a pedophile?
Well, the allegation was he had raped a young girl at knife point.
Well, yeah.
You're a sex offender. Sex offender. Oh, sorry. Pedophile. Let me take that back. You're right. When you're on the sex offender list, you can be doing lewd and lascivious acts. You can be molesting a young kid.
Yeah.
And be an adult, or you can be a rapist.
Yeah.
So a pedophile, maybe that was the wrong choice of words. Thank you for correcting me. But, when you fall within the categories of something they got to register online so people know not to move next to you with kids, I mean, that's something to be, concerned about.
I think I agree with you where you say, if this is the situation you're in and you're married and you know who you're with, you should
handle it responsibly. Yeah.
Handle it responsibly because you already know the situation. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And, it puts her back now into this media whirlwind. Because even though it's something you messed up on now that y'all married and she's a megastar, you now drag her down into this. And I just feel like as a man, we all have to be responsible for our own shit.
Yeah.
I got to be responsible for my son, his mom. That's my shit. So if I get with somebody and something goes crazy, I'm responsible for that.
And I'll give a little bit of respect to the Barbs because they do their best to try to protect their queen's image. They don't like that people put in the headline Nicki Minaj's husband or Nicki Minaj's brother. But the reality is that if you are supporting your brother while he's going through court financially because he molested his 12-year-old stepdaughter, yes, people are going to use your name in the headline. If you get engaged to or married to or want to have a baby by a person who should be registered as a sex offender because they raped somebody and killed somebody, that's not why they're on the list, but that's another thing I'll just throw in there. You can't be mad that people put your name in it because you expose them to the world. But I will say to the fans, her fans, I mean, they are diehard. They riding with her. They don't care if she's dating a pedophile. They don't care if her brother fucked a little girl. They don't care nothing. As long as she put out a song that they like, cool. Shout out to everybody involved. I don't want to keep talking about this, but it's in the headlines, and so here we are. Speaking of, I didn't know this nigga was gay. Andrew Gilliam. He was running for governor down in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
He lost. I don't know if he gay, but he was in the room on meth, allegedly found under the influence with a rent boy, with a guy you rent from online.
Yeah, like you said on Sunday, former mayor of Tallahassee, Andrew Gilliam, announced that he will enter into a rehab facility. This move comes right after the police named him a report detailing an alleged overdose incident in Miami Beach hotel room where alleged bags of crystal meth was found. He was also found with an escort from Rent.com. The guy name was Travis Dyson. He listed himself as a porn star performer and offered several services.
Okay, a couple things. One, the porn star, aka Rent Boy guy. I saw your profile. You're actually kind of cute. He's a white boy, so he's into the swirl. Number two, if you're gonna do meth, can you find a meth hotel in Miami on South Beach? Go to the Waldorf. You can even go to the Clevelander. That's a pretty decent place, but the rooms are so small. If you smoke meth in there, nobody's really gonna care. You went to the Mondrian? That's like going to Fountain Blue and smoking meth. Nobody does that. You go there, you have orgies, you fuck, you drink Hennessy or you smoke blunts. You don't, maybe cocaine. Okay,
I didn't know meth was so recreational like that. Were you just doing some meth real quick?
Niggas, they doing meth. Black people are doing meth. I ain't gonna tell you.
Yeah, Andrew Gilliam is black.
Another person, the R&B star that was doing meth. I ain't gonna tell you his name, but you've watched the show long enough. You know what R&B stars done meth because I've talked about problems I have with them, and they know I know that they do meth. That's why they were mad. But anyway, Andrew Gilliam, you was gonna be the governor.
Bruh, you got yo. When I first seen it, I thought it was like one of those TV setups. You know, where it's like we're gonna come in and take a picture of you. It just seems so fake. You got this bodybuilder, rent.com dude. They saying meth. I'm like, he don't do meth, but he checked himself into rehab. So I'm like,
because he said he was doing alcohol. Which, by the way, I probably need to go to rehab for alcohol.
So it wasn't for the meth. It was for the alcohol.
That's the spin. That motherfucker was up there with that white boy, sucking on that white boy's cock, smoking white crystals. Everything was white. It was snowing in that motherfucker. I don't feel sorry for you because you let us down. You were going on and on and on about how your votes was this and that, and how the black votes was this and that, and this and that. You were the beacon of. This is why I don't subscribe to believing and following a motherfucker. I'm my own hero. I have my own heroes that are in my phone that I talk to every day. I ain't gonna say their names because you'll be mad, but they're my fucking heroes. I'm not looking for no nigga in Florida who was sucking some rented dick online, and then you rented a dick, sucked it, and then smoked the meth, and then now here we are looking crazy, and white people going, that's why that nigga didn't deserve to win. Yeah. I mean, some would argue they probably changed the laws in Florida so niggas couldn't vote for your ass because they knew you was smoking meth. I don't know.
Bro, he got caught up in the nastiest way. You're nasty. Well, you know,
I want to know how much he paid for the boy because I actually went.
Well, he offered several services.
What services?
I don't know, but I was.
I went to the profile. I couldn't find it on rent.com or rentmen.com.
What several services could you offer?
Did you know that there's this website? What is the website again?
It says rentmen.
Okay, I want to explain to you what happens on rentmen.com. This is crazy shit because I've been there before because I found a friend once.
Jason, how the hell?
No, I used to like this guy from London, and then somebody was like, yo, you may want to go see what he does for work. I'm like, well, I know what he does for work. He's a model. They were like, nope. They sent me a link. I went to the link, menforrentnow.com or whatever it was.
Yeah,
is that it? What is that?
This one's Rentmen.
Rentmen.com?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, rentmen.com. You know how you rent a car from Hertz? And then you go to hertz.com and you can rate their service?
Yeah.
You can rate these men too.
So it's like a profile picture of them there.
No. There's multiple profile pictures. You can unlock certain pictures because if you know you're gonna wear that ass out for 4 days, you want to see what? The mileage. If you go to hertz.com,
it shows you the mileage on the guys.
I mean, you can kind of look at it and go, that thing's been worn out a few times, right? So basically, you can look at the private parts. Maybe he has an extended penis.
No, you can't.
Yes, they show you their penis. Then there are ratings by star and comments from people who have ridden that vehicle. So if they've been rented before, you can go on and put down your ratings. You can say, you know,
do you feel like this brings down Tyson, Travis Dyson's rating?
His stars dropped because you got caught. You got caught. Now people are gonna say, "Yo, I smoked meth with him before." Anyway, they can leave ratings. You can just their rates are there. So like, there's an indoor rate and there's an outdoor rate. Indoor, for me to come over and just hang with you is X. For me to hang out with you in public is Y. Now, if you want to have this fun, there's this price. This price is there's this day. Is it international? Are we traveling? Like, it's a whole business.
This is really a thing.
Go check it out.
I'm not checking it out. It's not happening.
But like right now with coronavirus, you might be just sign up and now your bills are paid. Boom.
Nah.
Damage. I'm telling you, with our fan base, if you create an OnlyFans account right now, you got your camera, you got all your shit. I mean, our last host has one. I wish people could see what I deal with behind the scenes. Behind the scenes of Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored, and Hollywood Unlocked as a company is its own reality show. But I can't even put shit out there because, you know, I'm trying to get into heaven.
Oh my God. Well, that was a deep dive on rentmen.com.
And you can go to menrent.com and see how deep it really was because the ratings are there.
I'm mad you have such a deep knowledge of rentmen.com.
I ain't never rented one. I haven't. Now, I ain't gonna lie and say I ain't looked through, you know, the sections.
The brochure?
Oh, I go through the sections. You know, there's Brazilian. You break them out by countries. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm done. I will say during coronavirus, I've learned one thing. It's time to settle down. It's time to settle down so I can coronavirus and chill. And, you know, I'm now marking up the countries of where people need papers. Because those are the countries that I'm going to visit after this coronavirus is done.
Doing a tour.
Yeah, I'm going to go and do interviews. Maybe I should look at Rentmen or Men for Rent as a guide. I don't know.
This is so dumb.
All right, well, this show's gone to hell, so we're done, right? Are we done? Are we done? Are we good?
We're good,
Thank you.
man.
Keep coming back. Please tell people about it. Get our rating up to 5 stars on iTunes and stay safe out there. Don't sneeze on nobody. Don't cough. And make sure you sanitize all the dicks you're going to suck if you decide to do that. Right here. Well, or vagina. Well, how do you that was weird. We're just out. Goodbye. Peace.
Dude, it's crazy.
What up, YouTube? Thank you for watching this reckless show.
Yeah, and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell.
And also don't forget to share and leave a comment because we are reading.